is we're going to start off in this Mu Chi stance, okay? So I've got got your feet a little wider than hip distance, okay? So you can really be stable. The knees are bent, but the rest of the body alignment is exactly the same as we always cue. Tipping the tailbone down to the mat, bringing the abs in and up, shoulders back and down, okay? And our hands out to the side, okay? So just feel that for a moment, this Mu Chi stance. Now, staying in that stance, we're going to be doing a little bit of breath work, and we're going to be using a Tai Chi approach. So you got to kind of listen and watch, and it's a little bit of a brain teaser because the movement of the hands and the breath are aligned, and some of the words seem contradictory. So just watch for a second. You guys that were in Sandy Lang's Wednesday yoga class will recognize this. So as we raise our hands parallel to the floor, we breathe in. We breathe out as we slowly bring our hands back to our chest, elbows out. Breathe in as we push out, and breathe out as we come down. Now, one of the other things, talk about brain teasers, is when you bring your hands up and breathe in, you can lengthen your legs a little bit, take that bend out of the knee, stay up there. Exhale. Inhale. When you bring your arms back down, let the knees go again. Arms up, inhale. Hands to chest, exhale. Push out, inhale. Arms down, exhale. So let's keep doing this for a few rounds. I'm going to shut up for a second. Watching your fingertips, letting that calm your central nervous system. Or if you feel stable enough, closing the eyes. Couple more. Deep breaths. That's another thing that Tai Chi and yoga have in common. Always breathing. So the next time your hands come down, just stop for a moment. And now let's switch our stance to a mountain stance. So legs come a little bit closer, bring the knees up. The upper body is exactly the same. Even the hands, arms relaxed, shoulders down, palms can face forward. We're going to inhale the arms up, slow, 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 slow. Inhaling, aligning breath with movement, exhale. Another one, inhale up. Exhaling down. On this last inhale, bring the arms up, pause. Bring the palms together in Anjali Mudra, prayer position. Bring the hands down in front of the chest. And close your eyes if you feel stable enough. Just notice your natural breath. No need to set a pattern. Land on your mat. Dedicate this hour to your wellness. And you can set an intention here if you do that for your practice. Nice deep breaths. And let the hands go, shake them out. So we're going to begin at the top of the body with more traditional yoga stretches. We're going to looking left and right, right and left. keep the shoulders down, shoulders nice and relaxed. I'm waiting for the day that my neck no longer cracks. Next time you're coming through center, let's pause. Bring the chin right down to the chest. You can even put your fingertips on the back of your head. Feel that cervical spine. Flex forward. Those tiny little vertebrae. And inhaling, come back up. And circling the face right in front of you. We don't want to look up to the ceiling. We're really just kind of stay in this plane so that we don't strain that cervical spine. Put some rotations all around the clock face. And the next time that your chin is down on your chest, let it rest there for a moment, just a moment. Take time to scan your shoulders, make sure they're far away from your ears, and then go the other way. Oh, lots of noise. Couple more times. And let's come to the center. So the next is a Tai Chi movement. We're going to put our hands in front of our belly, in front of our waist. The palms are going to be up. And as we inhale, bring the hands up, still facing the ceiling, and then flip 100 or 360 degrees. Flip your hands over, the palms go toward the ceiling. Watch those shoulders. And then exhale down. Again, scooping up chi. Flipping the hands over as you come by your face. Palms are up to the ceiling. Really stretch those arms. Maybe climb the rope a little bit when we're up here. And exhaling again. This is hold up the heavens. We used to do it with one hand in Sandy's class. Flipping the palms. I love that movement. Look at your fingertips. It's so relaxing. Nice deep breaths here, aligning breath with movement. Inhaling when we're working against gravity. Inhale all the way up. Press those palms to the ceiling and then exhaling. One more. Inhaling up. Flipping the hands all the way over. And exhaling on the way down. Great. Shake the hands out a little bit. So this, you're going to be really familiar with this move. I'm going to be doing empty coat sleeves, which is a hallmark of Kripalu Yoga. It's also called twist the drum. Twist the drum in Tai Chi. So we're just letting the challenge today, we're letting our arms be as floppy and as uncontrolled as possible. Maybe you're lifting your arm a little bit to hit the kidneys in the back. We're doing two very critical movements of the spine here. Okay, twisting right and left. Should do this every day. That's what I was taught in yoga teacher school. Okay, don't close your eyes. Make sure you're lifting your heel to protect that knee, alternately lifting the left and right heel, and then start slowing down. Let the chairs, remember that ride at the carnival, the chairs, and as it slows down, the chairs get closer and closer to the center. And just, you can bring your hands into prayer position or just stand in horse, we call this horse stance in Tai Chi. And just pause for a moment and feel the sensations in the body. Nice deep breaths here. So two other very critical movements of the spine, as you know, are lateral stretches. We're going to follow my cues for a couple rounds, okay? Very slow, no stop, let's not stop in between, so we're kind of combining yoga lateral stretches with Tai Chi. I'm gonna inhale the right arm up, exhale over to the left side, keep moving, keep exhaling, keep moving, and inhaling up, let your oblique pull you up, and exhaling down. Other side, inhaling up, come on over. Oh, open up that side body, feels so good. And inhaling up, exhaling down. One more set with instructions. Keep moving, meditation in motion. Oh yes, open up that side body. Inhale the left arm up, exhale. And inhale, exhale. So let's do a couple more rounds at your own pace. If you want to stop and make some movements on the side, that's fine. You don't have to be in perpetual motion, okay? Two extremely important movements of the spine, opening up those ribs, opening up that side body. And come on to center. Shake out the legs a little bit, maybe march the feet. We're going to do something called bow and arrow, okay? Let's see if I remember how to do this. Okay, so we're going to step left. No, nope. We're going to shift the weight to the right leg, bringing the left foot onto the mat, the ball of the foot. We're going to start out by placing our hands to the right and bringing them around, okay, as we sort of pivot that left foot, leaning forward, okay, so bending the left knee and then pulling that arrow back. So now we're bending the back knee. The front leg doesn't have to straighten. Coming forward and then switching to the other side. Okay, so stretch out. This is really great for the arm, for the shoulders and the knees. We kind of do this twice, right? The second time we come back, we float through the middle, horizontal arms. Get our bow and arrow here. Put your whole body into this fluid motions. Try not to stop in between. Watch those feet. Watch those knees. We don't want to torque anything. Reach out. Watch your fingertips. Reaching out. Left. We're going to do one more on each side. Watch those fingertips. Let them float. And last one on the left. Knees are bent nice and fluid here. And then come to center. And come on up. Oh, I love it. Shake it out a little bit. We can stay in relatively the same stance, okay? We're going to combine 5-pointed star with a wide angle forward fold. So you know the drill. Our legs are very active. Our arms are very active, engaging muscular energy in the arms and legs. Very energized here. Shoulders away from the ears, tailbone toward the mat, 5-pointed star. Great for stability, which I guess yoga might have a little edge over Tai Chi in terms of stability. And then you can do whatever you want with your hands, but we're gonna press our sit bones to the back, and we're gonna come down. Oh, I don't have a, you can have a block in front of you if you want. Nice prop to have on a forward fold. But let those sit bones really shine toward the back. Lengthen, lengthen, lengthen. And when we get down to this point of first resistance, you can stop for a moment. Just stop for a moment, let the body acclimate. Inhale, lengthen the spine. And exhaling, head the crown of the head toward the floor. And I'm not going to put my head down because then I'll be speaking to the wall in back of me. But just come on down. Feel that stretch. We want to decompress the spine. Spinal flexion forward. Again, one of the 6 moves, 6 critical moves of the spine. Now when we're down here, we can support ourselves on the block, on the mat, whichever you can reach. We're just going to go, maybe you want to point the toes out a little bit, okay? We're just going to go back and forth a little bit. Warming up those inner thighs. Watch those arches round as you press the outer edges of the feet into the mat. Okay? So if you're flowing back and forth, let's come to center. And come back into forward fold, getting that inversion, bringing that blood to the head. And then using your core, halfway lift. Back is really flat. Nice length between the crown of the head and the sit bones. And then come on back down. If you want to flow back and forth, or you want to really intensify that stretch, come up on your heel, flex the foot. Okay, it's up to you. You do what you want to do this morning, okay? Flow, don't flow, it all depends on your mood. And then coming to center, again, engage that core, lift, bring the shoulders back. Hands can come above the knees on the thighs. Nice length here. Find all the length you can in that spine. And exhaling, fold one more time. You can flow here a little bit if you want. Feel that warmth in your face. And then bending the knees, dipping the tailbone, come on up, squeeze those inner thighs together. Give yourself a moment to reacclimate to standing upright. You can toe heel your feet in a little bit. I'm going to get some water. Ooh, okay. We're going to do a couple things here. I don't remember the Tai Chi name of this, but for those of you who did attend Sandy's Wednesday class, you might see this as familiar. But we're going to start out with curtsies, okay? So pretend Elizabeth II is standing in front of you. We're going to take the left leg behind the right leg. You can bring your hands out for balance. Come down as low as you feel comfortable doing. Place that left leg and then the right leg behind, okay? Remember, Tai Chi is flowing. The slower you do it, the more meditative it is. For you crazies, the faster you do it, the more aerobic it is, okay? So it depends on what you want today. I would argue that it raises your heart rate regardless. So here's a change. Bring the left leg back. If you can, swing the legs around, swing the arms. Swing the arms around to the back. Look at your right hand. Woohoo! Come on up. Woo! Bring the right hand, right leg behind the left leg. Arms off to the left, looking at the left hand. And then try to flow very gracefully from side to side. Don't watch me. Can do that little circle. Actually, this kind of helps me doing that circle in front of my face. I don't know why. You would think it wouldn't help at all. Okay, one more on each side. Woohoo! And come on up. Woo, okay. All right. So one of my least favorite poses, but if Clint can do dragon, I can do chair. And I was doing some research yesterday, and I wanted to know if in chair, you tuck your tailbone under or stick it out, okay? Because when we go to sit in a chair, right, we're like this. So let's look at the lower body first. Feet hip distance apart. Keep your knees right over your toes, okay? So my back is rather straight. I think that's one of the goals. Shoulders down and back, of course. Now you can do anything you want with your arms, all right? Usually they don't go past the point where your wall and ceiling meet, okay? And then we're gonna inhale, raise up, and bring the arms down. Get ready to go again. Pressing the knees forward, hands up. Plug the shoulder heads plug the arms into the shoulders. Nice bright fingertips here. Press into the mat, feel your quads. And then inhale, come on up. And exhale down. Third one, a little bit of a change. Come on, down. Bring the arms up, okay? Now you may want to bring your hands to your hips because we're gonna flow a little bit into standing cat and cow. I'm gonna lift my shirt up a little bit. In cow, my tailbone is definitely back. Scooping out that lower back and inhaling. In cat, and this really kind of engages your quads quite a bit. Point that tailbone forward, keep your shoulders down, exhaling. So a few rounds. If your quads are killing you, stand up, okay? Really shift that tailbone from out to down, out to down. You don't have to, okay? And come on up for a second. Woohoo! Shake out those legs. Maybe dance a little bit. Okay. Wide stance. Okay. Maybe not as wide as wide angle forward fold stance. But again, we're going to look and see if our knees are tracking over the toes. Okay. Come on down to your comfort level, whatever that is, and up to cactus arms, goddess. Catch your breath. You need a little bit more ease, stand up, okay? Now what we're gonna do is we're gonna squeeze the inner thighs toward each other, okay? If your arms get tired, put them down. Squeeze those inner thighs toward each other. Squeeze the glutes. Come on up. Squeeze the legs and the glutes. Come on down. Tailbone down, abs in and up. Squeeze the quads and the glutes. Come on up. Take a breath. Come on down. Again, squeeze the inner thighs. Come on up. Come on. Come down. If you love that, you can keep going. But we're going to stop for a moment. We're going to bring our right hand inside the right thigh. Left hand up to the ceiling. Bring those shoulder blades back. Little bit of a side body opener here. Really tough on the thighs. Come on up. You can do the same thing standing. Okay. And into goddess. And right side body opens. Into goddess. One more on each side. Oh, I need a break. Can look up or down. Just keep those shoulders back. Let those shoulder blades come close together. Look down at your arches. Make sure they're rounded. Come on up. And over to the left. And come on up. One last squeeze. One last time. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze the inner thighs together. Squeeze. And relax. Let's take a break. Woo-hoo. Maybe do some, what do they used to call these? Can't remember. Anyway, we want to get that lactic acid out of the quads. Okay. Take a drink. Okay. So I'm going to get my blocks. I could use my blanket, my blocks, because what we're going to do is we're going to go down into a squat. So that's your interpretation of a squat, okay? I can't really get both my heels down on the mat at the same time. It doesn't matter whether you can or can't, okay? The squat, so make sure we don't fall on our faces, okay? In a squat, I should be able to see your chest. So if you're a little bit, you know, rounded, that's fine. But if you're kind of struggling like this, you've got to find a different way, okay? So I'm gonna just rest my elbows above my knees here. Speaking of knees, be very careful. Each of my heels is on a block, okay? For now, because what we're gonna do is, if you're okay with this, okay? Those of you who are on your feet don't have a problem. Those of you who are on something else, you might want to remove it, because we're going to come up to the balls of our feet, okay? Don't have to, and then come down, okay? Just a couple times, because moving your whole body weight up. And one more time, up and down. I'm going to put my hands on the floor, straighten the feet, keep the knees bent, all of the foot on the mat, forward fold. Let that spine flex forward, let the upper half of the body be really heavy. You can grasp opposite elbows. Let that spine flex forward. Doesn't matter how straight your legs are, okay? As a matter of fact, while your spine is flexed, you can do a sort of a modified walk the dog, okay? The whole point of the forward fold is the mini inversion and the spinal flexion. Not so much the back of the legs, that's the bonus. Now from here, you can bend the knees and roll up, or you can come back into a squat, hang on for a second, press those knees out with the elbows. maybe you feel a little bit more stable now. Okay? So you can either roll up from the forward fold or come back into a squat. And then we're going to very carefully lift the sit bones and then come up. Did you hear my ankle crack? Okay, all right. So back to Tai Chi. Take a nice couple of breaths here. Couple of dynamic balances. I love this one. This is one of my favorite moves. Again, if you took Sandy's Wednesday class, it'll be familiar. Gray Goose takes flight. Let me demonstrate just for a moment. I'm in cat stance here. So my weight's on my left leg, right leg, just the ball of my foot. Okay. Now what we're going to do, the arm movement, nice and slow. Okay, we're not hummingbirds. We're gray geese. Look at out of the corner of my eye, I'm watching my hands. Very calming. Now as our wings go up, and start with the right foot. Don't have to pick it up this high. I'm just showboating. Putting the right foot down and bringing the left foot in before we start again. But once we get it, we're going to flow. Okay? Same thing on the other side. Knee goes up with the wings. Don't bring your hands higher than your shoulders. Coming into cat stance. Okay, let's try to go from side to side without stopping. So nice and slow. Take advantage. Gray Goose takes flight. Couple more. And come on down. Okay, oh, I love it. Okay, so we're going to do something that's a little bit similar. I'm going to stay facing front. So we're going to do boy bounces ball. Boy bounces ball, another Tai Chi move, another dynamic balance. So I have to think about this now. So right hand comes up, left knee comes up, flex that leg. Now this time you want to get that knee up as high as you can. Bounce that ball on the top and then come down. So kind of the same movement with the legs, but the opposite hand and leg come up and down. Cat stance, up, inhaling, down, exhaling, and cat stance. Opposite hand and leg, so when the right hand comes up, the left knee comes up. Always finish in cat stance. Now the right net leg and the left arm. Okay, let it flow from side to side. Watch your hands out of your peripheral vision. It's beautiful. Step out. Flow back and forth, but don't forget that little touch with the ball of the foot. One more on each side. Raise those legs. And come to center. Come to mountain for just a moment. Hands can be down at your side or in Anjali Mudra. Couple of nice deep breaths here. Feel the energy, feel the sensations in the body. Nice deep breaths. We want to keep those pulmonary functions optimized. Okay, so we're going to do a yoga mudra. as you know, clasping your hands behind your back. Now, I cannot do this without a strap. You might be able to. So I'm going to stand sideways at first. What we're going to do is, well, I'll stand to the side at first. Then we're going to come up and do something else. So Yoga Mudra, as you know, is clasping the hands behind the back. Let's strengthen the legs here. Bring the knees up. Maybe you have a little micro bend. Abs in and up, tailbone to the floor. And as we hinge from the hips, the arms raise from the back. Again, I cannot do this without a strap, but that's okay. I'm still opening my chest, okay? Once my shoulders and my back get a little bit more used to this, I might be able to walk my hands in a little, but my rotator cuffs are sewed up so tight that my range of motion here is very compromised. So a couple of breaths here, let that spine flex forward as we raise our arms and open the chest, collar, shoulder blades coming in toward each other. And then lowering the arms nice and slowly as we bend our legs and come to standing. Again, wait for a moment, especially if you feel any lightheadedness or dizziness. We're going to stay in roughly the same stance. Again, coming down to where you're comfortable. Tip that tailbone down, shoulders come down and back. Sort of a modified wiggly star. Okay? Now, bring all your awareness to the shoulders and the shoulder blades. Focus your attention on the shoulders and the shoulder blades. Tip the palms to the ceiling. You might feel just the tiniest little bit downward movement of the shoulders and the shoulder blades. Keeping those body parts exactly where they are. Flip the hands back over so that the tops of the hands face the ceiling. Trying to use your upper body only. Reach right, reach, reach, reach. Feel those obliques, feel that lower back. Come to center. Try and keep your legs in the center. Stretching back and forth. This is a Tai Chi move. I'm going to make up a name for it. It's called Worm is halfway in the soil and out of the soil. That's not a very pretty name. A couple more times. Feel those obliques. One more time on each side. Really work it. And then come on up. Shake out the hands and the arms. Okay. So I'm going to put my blanket on my mat because we're going to go down to our knees. Okay. Okay. So knees hip distance apart, couple 3 inches, 2 fists. Supposed to be your knees. Let's tip the tailbone under, bring those abs in and up, shoulders down. Hands can be anywhere really. We're just going to torture our quads a little bit for a moment. We're going to lean back as far as you can. Open up, stretch the tops of those feet. And doing all kinds of core work here, right from the top of the knee to the bottom of the chest. Come on up. Okay. Maybe move your neck around a little bit. Don't move your neck when you're in that backward position. Let's go back again. Let your arms just dangle. Try and challenge yourself. Bring the abs in and up. Use your breathing. And come on up. Oh, call the fire department. Okay. All right. Let's do one more. And come on back. Back, 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 back. Really challenge yourself. Last one, last one, last one. And come on up. Oh. Okay. So we're going to be on our left knee. Right leg goes out to the side. Toes are forward. Press the outer edge of that foot on the mat. Watch that arch round up. It's kind of difficult, especially if your ankles are stiff, okay? But let this hip flexor shine forward, both hips forward. This is gate. Inhaling the left arm up. Again, keep that left shoulder down. And opening up that left side body. Hand very lightly. Right hand on the right leg. Don't compromise that knee. Now, if you want, you can twist to the right, bringing that left hand down into a circle. Up to you, okay? Twisting first, circling, okay? You can do that at your own pace. Make sure when you get up to the top that you're opening up that left side body. Now everyone come to the top. And we're going to place the left hand down, letting the right hand come up. You can do the same flow here. It's a little bit different because we're bringing the chest down to the floor, but that's okay. You can flow here if you want or take a rest. Make sure that this left arm is active. Well, both arms are active, right? Keep pressing the outer edge of that right foot into the mat. If you're flowing, when you're done, use this oblique. It's as if somebody's pulling you from that side up into gate. Bring the shoulders down, hips out. Nice deep breath. Bring the arms down. Right leg in. Sit for a moment in hero. If you don't like this pose, you can put a block under your buttocks, a pillow. Just breathe for a moment. Again, maybe move the neck a little bit. And then coming up on the right knee, left leg out. Okay. Hips are forward. Toes forward, pressing the outer edge of the left foot into the mat. Inhale the right arm up. Open up that right side body, come over to the left. You can do your twist and flow here if you want. Nice deep breaths, no matter what we're doing. Nice deep breaths. One more round of breath right here. And then if you're flowing, come to center, placing the right hand on the mat. If you want to, you can make a straight line from your left foot to your left fingertips. Or, if it's better for your shoulder, you can look up or down. You craft the pose, okay? Don't let your head fall. Keep it in alignment with the spine. You can do your flow here as well, really stretching out with that left hand, facing the chest toward the floor, and flowing back up to you. And on your next inhale, bring everything in. Let's sit in hero for a moment. I'm going to switch my orientation here. Sit in hero for a moment or bring your knees out to the side. Let your buttocks rest on your heels. Keeping your buttocks down here. snake out to child's pose. And unwinding from child's pose, get into your best table. Stacking the bones, shoulders over elbows, elbows over wrists. Pressing the hands into the mat, activate those arms, okay? Thighs 90 degrees from the floor. Feet, look back. If you can see your feet, spread them out a little bit more, okay? Let's do a couple cat-cows here, flexing and extending the spine. Nice fluid motion, aligned with breath. And then come to center, raising the right arm up and the left leg back. Flex that foot. Get all the length you can between those right fingertips and that left foot. Couple of breaths here. Now, if you want, you can bring your left leg up. Dancer table, table dancer. Just be careful here. Takes a lot of balance. Press your foot into your hand and your hand into your foot. Okay, you don't have to. Just a little bit of a different stretch. Make sure the left arm is really stable, and then very gently let go of that left foot. Come on back down. Couple of cat-cows here. Look back through your legs in cat. Extend that spine in cow. Let's do bird dog on the other side. Left arm raises. Don't let that shoulder creep up. Right leg back. Nice and long. Find the length. This is great for your core. Okay. A little bit of isometrics for the arms. And again, if we bend that right leg, take the right foot with the left hand and pressing. I'm so cool. Pressing that right foot into the left hand. Make sure you're stable. Stable table. And holding it as long as you can or as long as you want. Let's come back to table. Get your breath, or let me get my breath. And then just let's do some full body rolls. A couple of times, couple, 3 times in one direction. And in the other direction. Stimulating the abdominal organs on the way down across the thighs. And again, either spreading the knees or keeping them together. Let's go into child's pose for a sec. Okay. And rest for a moment. My headache is almost gone. Nice deep breaths. This is our restorative pose. I hope you like the blend of yoga and Tai Chi. Can't wait to get back to Tai Chi. I believe, speaking of Sandy Lang, I believe that Sandy is going to go back to her Wednesday afternoon yoga class. But it's going to be a chair class at 50% capacity. She will require masks. That's all I can remember. But it's Wednesdays, 1:30 at Savannah. Again, check the rec news. We're gonna go into a seated position. I'm gonna use my trusty pillow. Get a drink of water. Bring the camera just a hair closer here. I topple my bring the soles of the feet together. Now don't round your back here, okay? It's really cool to grasp your toes. But the primary goal of bound angle Baddha Konasana is an inner thigh stretch, a hip stretch, okay? So we don't need to be, okay? We're gonna get there in a moment. So take a couple of nice breaths here, feel the feet together. Maybe you can put your thumbs in the arches of your feet without rounding. So that's the key, okay? Whatever you can do at this moment without rounding, okay? So let's inhale, lengthen up. Again, with all forward folds, it takes patience and acceptance. Hinge forward at the hips, no rounding yet. This is where you can start perhaps putting the hands around the toes, putting the elbows on the shins or the knees. Very, very careful with those knees. Looking down at the floor. When you feel resistance, whether it's in your legs or your lower back or both, stop, stop. Smell the roses. Patience, acceptance. When we inhale, we're lengthening the crown of the head away from the sit bones. When we exhale, relaxing, try to relax the legs, relax the muscles of the legs. Opens up the lower back, relax those legs. When you hit your second spot of resistance, then let your head come forward, flexing that spine all the way. Let the crown of the head come right down. Looking back towards your heels, towards your pubic bone. I'm not going to do that because I want my voice to carry. Nice deep breaths here. Deep, deep breath. Now, now on your next inhale, align the head and neck with the spine. So we're bringing up our head a little bit, getting space, 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 making that spine longer and longer. On the exhale, see if you don't drop forward even more. Rounding, flexing the cervical spine. Staying here for a rounded breath. On the next inhale, come on up very slowly. Keep the chin toward the chest until we get upright and then dropping the shoulders, raising the chin. All right. So we're going to do a Tai Chi breathing called Embrace the Moon. Very, very simple. Just bring the arms out to the sides. Bring the right arm over the left. And exhale. Inhale, left arm over the right, embracing the moon. Exhale, open the chest. Right hand on top. Couple more. Inhaling on the out, exhaling on the in. One more time here. Keep your shoulders down. Hug that wound. And bring the arms down. Just wait for a moment. And pointing both knees to the left here. Well, actually, you can start out like this. So we can do two different things here. Just going to windshield wiper the knees. But you can do something different here. When you come over, you can come up on, when you're left, you can come up on the left knee and just twist and point that right hip flexor out. Okay, it's up to you. And you can stay like this, just going back and forth. Squeezing tension out of that lower back. Or when you come to the side, or you can mix it up. Come to the side, come around, pointing that hip flexor. Okay, so you're opening up the whole side body, pointing the hip flexor out. Okay, up to you. Now, when you get over to the left the next time, stay there with the legs at 90-90, so both at 90 degrees, okay? And we're going to position our torso over this left thigh. Letting the shoulders come down, sitting up tall, pressing the right foot into the mat. Inhaling, lengthen up. Exhaling into modified pigeon. The heavier you are on that thigh, the more benefits you get. Feel that in the outer left glute. Deep belly breaths and impacting, stimulating those abdominal organs on the descending colon side. Okay? Nice. Deep breaths here. You can put your forehead on your hands on a block. Just lay your body down very heavily on that thigh. On the next inhale, gently come up. Bring your knees to the other side. We're just doing modified pigeon on the other side. If you want to do full pigeon, that's cool, okay? Lengthening up first, leveling that chin, and then laying yourself down, just like you were a baby in a crib. Down to that thigh, pressing on the ascending side of the colon now. Press that left foot down a little bit, engage the legs. And round the neck here, look at your knee. Nice deep breaths. Always breathing in yoga and Tai Chi. On your next inhale, coming up, our last seated posture. Going to go back to Tai Chi just for a moment. So I always love doing this. It's very simple. But sitting in a comfortable position for you, okay, whatever that is. Left hand, palm up in front of the belly. Sit up straight. Right hand, over that left hand, fingers pointed in the opposite direction. So palms are connecting. Some people, including me, okay, we claim we can feel the energy bouncing, ricocheting off the palms. Okay, energy, the energy ball, we call it, energy ball. Okay. On an inhale, we're going to twist to the left, keep your torso upright. And we're going to change the hands, right hand on the bottom, left hand on the top. Coming to center. Exhale. Inhale, twist. Change hands. Exhale. Inhaling. Change the hands. Watch those hands nice and gently flowing. Coming back to center. Now let's do it without stopping in the center. Go over to the right, change hands. Come right through center. Inhale. Changing hands. Exhale. Inhale, changing hands. Exhale. One more to each side. Come to center. Nice deep breath here. Coming to your backs. Might want to use a strap. Don't have to, but you might want to. I'm going to use one. And as we come to our backs. Oh yeah. Let's take a full body stretch right here. And bring the soles of the feet right out to the edges of the mat. Press that back down first. Feel your whole back on the mat. Bring those shoulders under, kind of rotates the palms up. Feel that whole back, press that lower back down into the mat. Feel the support beneath you. And then just windshield wiper one way and then the other. Massaging the lower back, the buttocks. Nice. And then coming to center, this is where I'm going to use my strap. Like I said, you don't have to, but I'm going to put my strap on the ball of my right foot. And I'm going to place that left leg out long. You don't have to. It just intensifies the stretch, but if it's too much for you, just put the sole of your left foot on the mat, okay? Now don't yank your leg around. Feel that hamstring stretch. This is good for the lymph system too. We learned about that a couple weeks ago. And then taking that strap in your right hand, let that right leg come out to the right. Now my foot's gonna end up at the wall, but you really don't want that foot to be supported. Okay, you want it to be holding itself up for the isometrics. Okay, don't have to. Plus, we're opening up the inner thigh. Flex that foot. Make sure that foot is flexed. Stretching the hips, stretching the inner thigh. Again, working so that that lymph is coming back toward the torso, toward the heart. Slowing down now, one more nice round of breath right here. And then bringing that leg up and over to the left. It doesn't go very far. Feel that nasty IT again, all the way from the buttocks down to the top of the calf. Mine's like steel. Make sure the foot is still flexed. Tuck your chin. Protect your back, protect your spine. Stay here for 3 rounds of breath. And bring that leg up on your next inhale. Remove the strap. And bring that leg out long, or keep your right calf, the sole of your right foot on the floor. Bring the strap, or bring your hands to support that left leg. Let your footprint be right on that ceiling. Okay? The one thing I learned from Mr. Clint Harris is holding my strap out like this in an upside down V. Okay, not so much tugging on your leg, but letting that solid support be there. I'm not sure why my leg is shaking so much. Transferring the strap to the left hand, let that leg come out, keeping the foot flexed now. Putting your upper arm on the floor maybe with the elbow bent, the left hand holding the strap. Keep that foot flexed, maybe even press that heel out. Feel what that does to the stretch. Play around with it a little bit. You can bring that right foot onto the mat and then lay it out again. See how that changes the stretch, and it definitely does for me anyway. So letting that leg, releasing the muscles, getting into that inner thigh and hip. One more round of breath here. On your next inhale, gently bringing that leg to center, switching hands and bringing that left leg over the right. Softening the face, heading toward final meditation here. Good job, guys. It's getting so, I really want to be back in the rec centers to see everybody now. Starting to get itchy. One more round of breath here. And on your next inhale, bringing that leg to center, setting the straps aside, bringing both knees into the chest, flex the feet, just a little back and forth here, rocking back and forth. Then coming to center, having the legs at 90, arms out to the side. Come to one side or the other, doesn't matter which one. Final twist. What would our yoga classes be without our spinal twists as we head toward Shavasana? Tuck that chin. Stay here for 3 rounds of breath. On your next inhale, come on up to center. Give your legs a squeeze, maybe rock a couple times. You know the drill. Come on over to the other side. If this is uncomfortable in any way, straighten your legs a little bit. The more bent they are, the closer your knees are to your face, the more intense. Okay? There's nothing in yoga or Tai Chi should hurt. If it does, we need to accept that and protect ourselves. One last round of breath here. And on your next inhale, come on to center. Do whatever stretches are necessary for you to round out your practice. We're going to go into our final pose. You can do legs up the wall. You can go into Shavasana, the corpse pose. You can do anything you want. You can go and take a shower, okay? But just relax. We made it. We made it. So relax on your mat, your couch, whatever you need. Close your eyes and just observe your natural breath.
picture a measuring device, a scale like a thermometer, a tape measure, a ruler, a yardstick, and mark on that measuring device where your level of relaxation is right now. So if we have a scale from 0 to 10, with 10 being I'm not relaxed at all, to 0 being I'm almost asleep. Just mark on that measuring device where you are right now. Let the muscles soften. Let the shoulders and the hips spread over the floor. Little by little, surrendering to gravity. Gazing into the warm, dark space with the closed eyes. Can you see the mark on your measuring device lower? Maybe from 10 to 8. Relaxing, allowing, surrendering. Letting all the tension leave the body just for this moment. Observing your breath. Grateful for the health and vitality that yoga and Tai Chi can bring to our lives. Imagine your device now. Perhaps it's down to 7. As the arms grow heavy, as the legs grow heavy, the jaw relaxes, the teeth separate, relaxing more and more. Imagining that device down to 5. Feeling rested, peaceful, still. Noticing those soft breaths in and out the nose. With each exhale, more and more tension leaves the body. Perhaps the device is down to 4 or 3. Let gravity take the body closer to the earth. There's nowhere to go and nothing to do. There's just feeling and being as our device mark slips down to 1 and 0. Breathing softly. Start bringing your awareness back to your body, back to your room, your physical position. Just rest and be for a moment. Recall your intention. Send loving energy to anyone you think may use it. Remember, our friend Sharon Muller will be having a very important transplant the first week in July. So it's a go. Really good news. She has a perfect match, and we're all wishing her love and light. So just increasing, deepening your breathing a little bit. Maybe wiggling your toes and fingers. Anybody who's willing to venture out in this heat that we're experiencing, starting to get ready for the day, playing golf, going to the pool, whatever it is. Let's sit up. Take a moment to acclimate being upright again. Feeling very grateful for our yoga community in the villages and each other. Let's inhale, bring the arms up, and exhale, hands to heart, Anjali Mudra, bring the shoulders down. So glad to be with you today. I missed everybody last week. Thank you for allowing me to be part of your yoga practice. Namaste. We'll unmute everybody if I can. Okay.
Thank you, Kathy.
You're welcome.
Thank you,
Thank you, Kathy.
Thanks, Kat.
Great class, Kath.
Thank
Great.
you.
Love your
Tai Chi now.
That was
Thanks,
good.
Kat. Great class.
I
have
forgot
to practice my curtsies.
I know, right? I was wobbling like crazy.
You too. Mwah. Thank you so much.
Welcome.
I love your
Hi,
sense of
Kath.
humor.
Hi, Nancy.
It was great.
So.